my gosh! Brace yourselves because what I'm about to share will absolutely shake you to your core. The situation with Scrappy has taken such a devastating turn that I can barely type these words without my hands trembling. The shocking developments behind those hospital walls have left everyone, and I mean everyone, absolutely stunned. And what I'm about to reveal will leave you speechless. Let's rewind to just a few weeks ago, when there was this precious glimmer of hope floating through the hospital corridors. The medical team was cautiously optimistic, believing that with proper rest and care, our beloved Scrappy might bounce back to his vibrant self. Oh, how quickly things can change. The atmosphere now? It's heavier than a lead blanket, with hope slipping through everyone's fingers like grains of sand. Sources close to the medical team, and trust me, these are people who know exactly what's going on, have been whispering some absolutely chilling information. The doctors, those same professionals who were once cautiously optimistic, are now exchanging worried glances and speaking in hushed, concerned tones. The word recovery seems to have vanished from their vocabulary, replaced by terms that nobody wants to hear. When this devastating update first broke, the internet absolutely exploded. I'm talking about a full-blown social media meltdown. Fans from every corner of the globe are desperately searching for any morsel of information about their beloved Scrappy. The hashtag #Pray for Scrappy started trending faster than you can say breaking news, with supporters pouring their hearts out in emotional posts and heartfelt prayers. But here's the thing, darlings. The real truth, the nitty-gritty details that everyone's dying to know, they're locked up tighter than Fort Knox behind those hospital doors. Only a select few, his closest family members, his ride-or-die inner circle, and those increasingly worried doctors know the full extent of what's really going on. And let me tell you, what I've learned from these insider sources will leave you absolutely shook. Now let's talk about Mama D for a moment. Y'all know her as this unstoppable force of nature, right? This powerful, confident woman who could move mountains with just her determination and that signature fierce look. Well, my heart is absolutely shattering into a million pieces because even she's struggling to maintain that strong facade. Sources inside the hospital have witnessed her pacing those sterile corridors like a lost soul, her usual commanding presence replaced by something that would bring tears to your eyes, a mother terrified of losing her precious son. Multiple witnesses have described seeing Mama D walking the halls at all hours, her lips moving in constant prayer, her eyes filled with a fear that no parent should ever have to experience. "Please, Lord," she's been heard whispering, "don't take my baby." The sight of this usually unshakable woman reduced to such vulnerability is enough to break even the hardest heart. And Bambi? Oh, honey, let me tell you about Bambi. This devoted wife hasn't left Scrappy's side for more than a few minutes at a time. She's planted herself in that uncomfortable hospital chair like it's her new home, holding his hand, watching for any tiny sign of improvement. The nurses have tried to convince her to take breaks to get some proper rest, but she refuses to budge. "I can't leave him," she insists, her voice thick with emotion. "What if he wakes up and I'm not here? What if he needs me?" The way she watches over him, speaking softly to his unconscious form, reminding him of all the reasons he needs to fight. It's like something straight out of a heart-wrenching romance movie, except this is all painfully real. Sometimes in the quiet hours of the night, hospital staff have heard her whispering, "I can't lose him. Not like this. Please, baby, you have to fight. We need you. I need you." But hold on to your seats because this is where the situation gets even messier than a reality show reunion special. You know how they say crisis brings out both the best and worst in people? Well, darling, the tension between Mama D and Bambi has reached such a boiling point that it's making a pressure cooker look calm. Hospital staff have witnessed multiple heated confrontations between these two strong-willed women, each believing they know what's best for Scrappy. During one particularly explosive encounter, and honey, when I tell you explosive, I mean explosive, Mama D reportedly snapped, "You need to let me do what's best for my son." Her voice echoed through the corridor, thick with emotion and frustration. Bambi, not one to back down, especially when it comes to her husband, fired back with the force of a woman fighting for her love. "I'm his wife. You don't get to push me aside like I don't matter." The situation got so intense that several nurses had to intervene, physically stepping between them to remind them that Scrappy needs peace and positive energy, not World War III erupting in his hospital room. The root of their conflict: control. Both women, driven by their deep love for Scrappy, are convinced they know what's best for him. Mama D, with her maternal instincts in overdrive, believes that as his mother, she should have the final say in his care. Meanwhile, Bambi stands firm in her position as his wife, refusing to be sidelined in decisions about her husband's treatment. It's a clash of titans, fueled by fear, love, and the unbearable weight of potentially losing someone so precious to both of them. But just when everyone thought the situation couldn't possibly get more dramatic, the medical team called for an urgent meeting that left everyone absolutely devastated. Picture this scene, because it's about to get even more intense. The doctor, looking more serious than a judge delivering a life sentence, gathered everyone in Scrappy's room. The atmosphere was so thick with tension you could cut it with a scalpel. "The progress we were hoping for," the doctor began, his voice heavy with the weight of his words. "It's not happening." The room fell into a silence so profound you could hear hearts breaking. Bambi's voice, trembling like a leaf in an autumn storm, asked the question everyone was terrified to voice. "He's not going to make it." The doctor's response was carefully measured, but his hesitation spoke volumes. While he wasn't ready to completely extinguish hope, his words carried the weight of 1,000 sorrows. "If things don't change soon, the outcome might not be what we're hoping for." Each word fell like a hammer blow in the quiet room. The pain that filled that space was thicker than molasses and twice as heavy. Bambi, still standing but looking like her whole world was crumbling around her, refused to let her tears fall. She's maintaining this incredible strength, standing firm in her belief that her man can pull through this. But Mama D? The sight of her face in that moment would have brought a statue to tears. And then there's little Breland, Scrappy's stepson, adding another layer of heartbreak to this already overwhelming situation. This innocent child, trying to understand why everyone around him looks so scared, asked in the smallest, most vulnerable voice imaginable, "Is Daddy going to be okay?" That question hung in the air like a dark cloud because, honestly, nobody had the heart to answer him. Nobody even knew how to answer him. But hold on to your tissues, because this story takes an even more dramatic turn. Just when it seemed like hope was fading faster than a summer sunset, something happened that changed everything. The medical team discovered something that would force everyone to make an impossible choice, a choice that could mean the difference between life and death. The hospital corridors were thick with tension, every tick of the clock feeling like an eternity as Scrappy's condition remained precarious. Those doctors' warnings kept echoing through everyone's minds like a haunting melody. If things don't change soon, the weight of those words was crushing, especially as Scrappy's vital signs continued to fluctuate unpredictably. That's when the most terrifying moment happened, the one that nearly brought everything crashing down. The machines suddenly started screaming their warning, a cacophony of alarms that sent medical staff running. Scrappy's body was giving up, his heart stopping right before their eyes. The sound of that flatline, it was like a knife through everyone's heart. But our boy Scrappy, he wasn't ready to check out just yet. After what felt like an eternity of CPR and emergency interventions, his heart started beating again. However, the doctors came with one last, desperate option, an experimental procedure that could either save his life or, well, let's not even speak that alternative into existence. The tension in that room as the doctors explained the procedure, you could cut it with a knife. For once, Bambi and Mama D weren't at odds. They were just two women desperate to save someone they both love more than life itself. They agreed to the procedure, and those hours of waiting while Scrappy was in surgery, pure torture. News spread through the grapevine faster than wildfire in a drought. And before you knew it, the hospital was surrounded by media vultures. Fans were flooding social media with prayers and well wishes, and celebrities were posting their support left and right. Even Erica Dixon showed up, adding another layer of emotion to this already overwhelming situation. And then, the moment everyone had been praying for finally arrived. Not only did Scrappy survive the surgery, but he actually woke up. And what were his first words? Y'all too loud. Leave it to Scrappy to come back from the brink with his sense of humor intact. I'm telling you, there wasn't a dry eye in that room. But here's the thing, my darlings. This story isn't over yet, not by a long shot. Scrappy might be awake, but he's still got a mountain to climb on his road to recovery. The big questions now are swirling around like autumn leaves. Will he make a full recovery? How will this near-death experience change him? And perhaps most importantly, will this shared trauma bring his family closer together or drive them further apart? The aftermath of this ordeal is bound to leave its mark on everyone involved. Mama D and Bambi, despite their differences, have both been changed by this experience. The way they came together in those critical moments, setting aside their conflicts for Scrappy's sake, it shows that sometimes love really is stronger than pride. One thing's for certain, this has been one of the most intense, emotional roller coasters we've ever witnessed, and it's proof that sometimes real life is more dramatic than any script anyone could write. The way this family has fought, loved, and held on to hope through it all is nothing short of inspiring. And honey, you know we'll be here to keep you updated on every single development in this incredible story. The drama, the tears, the triumph, we're here for all of it. Don't forget to show your support for Scrappy and his family during this difficult time, because sometimes love and prayers are the strongest medicine of all. Remember to stay tuned for more updates, because something tells me this story is far from over. The road to recovery might be long and winding, but with his family by his side and fans sending endless love and support, Scrappy's got a fighting chance. And isn't that what we're all hoping and praying for? This is the kind of story that reminds us all how precious life is and how quickly things can change in the blink of an eye. So keep those prayers coming, keep that positive energy flowing, and let's all hope that the next update we bring you is filled with even more good news about our boy Scrappy's recovery. Until next time, keep it locked right here for all the latest updates on this developing story. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail of what happens next in this incredible journey of survival, love, and hope. Stay blessed, stay tuned, and keep those prayers coming. Because in times like these, faith, hope, and love are the only things that truly matter.